Welcome to Strength in Gaming. I'm Samson Lancaster, and today I am joined by Salvador Madrigal.
Dude, I'm so fucking baked.
You're
It's
baked?
crazy.
I need to catch up on that.
Sure.
Hey, it's legal in California. It's okay. And we're joined with Jenay once again.
Hey. I unfortunately am not baked.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe temperature-wise, it is warm everywhere right now. And humid apparently everywhere as well. But today we have a very special guest, someone that hasn't been on the show in probably 10 years, longer than you, Jenay. As I remember, there were lots of jokes about when I finally got you back on the show, and I said, I promise the next time you come back on the show, it won't be 8 years.
Nope.
But you know, and it wasn't, probably just like 8 months.
I know we did really good.
But that is, we have Gunnar Larson, aka Gunnar the Great, back on the show. The last time he was here, he was on a Cat's Quiz Corner. That was so long ago. Those are chaotic episodes and lots of fun. But this episode is going to be all about you, Gunnar. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing really great. Thanks for inviting me back onto the show. I'm excited to do it. It's been a long time. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so we're gonna get into a fun interview with you a little bit later. We do have some news first, and for those of you who do not know, Gunnar was also a podcast host and for a long time, and we're gonna talk about that too. An old show that we know and love that we were friends with for a time there, Gameanon, and we're glad to have you back. So Sal, why don't we get started with some news?
Alrighty. So we had a Nintendo Direct, and most of it was like, man, there's just like a lot of HD remakes of older games. They showed a little bit of Metro Prime 4, and it looks good. It looks good considering what it's on, like a glorified mobile phone. It looked pretty good. They also
barely
showed
even that.
off,
It's like a sad tablet.
It's like I'd say at most it's like a Pixel 2. That's the level of technology.
Wow, and I have a Pixel 4.
Be nice. It's Nintendo.
I'm behind. Hey, Nintendo don't anymore. They used to, but they don't anymore.
Yeah, they don't. And the other thing that they showed was Capcom showed off the Marvel versus Capcom collection, which is fucking amazing. Because for the longest time,
Marvel versus Capcom. Why would
those games weren't available because of licensing and all kinds of shit.
Like, doesn't this feel like Apple though? It's like, hey, we made something available that everybody already loves everywhere else. Like, it's Marvel. It's because of Marvel and their licensing deals. It sucks that's why you can't have like the old school Tony Hawk games coming out or anything like all the old GTA games because of licensing. And they were finally able to license this into it's going to be on the PlayStation 5 PC and Nintendo Direct, but not on Xbox for some weird reason, which is
darn.
Strange.
Yeah, it's a lot of people are saying just rumors that PlayStation did something to where they kind of kept it off of their platform.
Some kind of exclusivity.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised considering PlayStation is also a Japanese company and Nintendo is both rooted and Japanese companies are very traditional, and they're very, as we know, since we're talking about licensing, how big of dicks they are with that kind of stuff when it came to their games, licensing and IP and stuff.
Well, if you look at Spider-Man too, right? Like I think Spider-Man's in Marvel vs. Capcom, right? It's in those games.
Yeah.
But now Sony owns Spider-Man. So yeah, I'll bet you. Yeah. Wouldn't be surprised if they had their hand on that.
You're probably right. There's like, hey, Spider-Man's on your game, so you're not allowed to go to Xbox.
Nope.
It's very possible.
Yeah.
That sucks. I would have rather had the physical copy on Xbox than on whatever else. Like, I'm either gonna have to get it on Switch or PlayStation 5 because, eventually they're gonna yank it from the stores again, so you won't have any digital downloads.
Still doesn't have a PS5.
No, well, I don't want one either. So
I don't have one either. It's Heather's PS5. It's my wife's PS5. She makes that very clear. It's not mine. It's hers.
It'll probably be on the Switch if anything, but definitely I'm gonna get it for the PC. But with with the digital download
PC.
shit, they can just yank it whenever they want, like they did with the Marvel vs. Capcom 2. It's not available for download anywhere.
That is a unfortunate reality we live in.
Well, everybody in the fighting community are losing their shit right now. It's like, holy fuck.
I love my son's PS5, which is kind of my own, and I have Street Fighter 6 on there. So fighting game community, love it. Yeah, love my PS5. My son's PS5, not mine.
Yes, yeah. You gotta make the distinction.
Yeah. It's his.
Am I
you just gotta get the crazy pro fighting stick and
what
just
was
go
that,
to
Jenay?
town on them.
Am I the only one who actually has my own PS5?
In this current Zoom call, yes, apparently.
Yeah. I mean, I paid for his PS5, so it's kind of mine, but yeah, it's his in name. So
yeah, I won't say that about my wife because I'm pretty sure she bought it herself, and she got she got it. I think it was, she managed to get it before anybody else that I knew. She was like on the websites, and I think I was helping with that. Like I was like on the website too to try to get the pre-order, but she got it first anyway. But yeah,
nice.
Mm-hmm. And then the rest of the
sounds like
the rest of the stuff was kind of okay.
Yeah, which is typical with Nintendo these days.
Yeah, was it the
and most AAA.
That Zelda game, was that a part of that?
Yeah, the Zelda one. I don't know about that one. It's like your Zelda, but you have furniture. I felt it was kind of a little fucking sexist. That when they finally put Zelda in there,
right?
She gains furniture.
Like Zelda went to IKEA.
And she hops around on furniture, dude. It's like, what the fuck? I mean, you can summon like enemies and shit that'll help you out, but primarily she summons furniture.
Well, they should have called it Legend of Link. Like I thought I saw a comment on that, and it's like
it would have
been right. That would have been funny. The Legend of Link, and then not have Link in it. Like that would have been great.
Character, yeah.
But
so Link got captured. Link got captured. So now it's Zelda's turn to save him with furniture. She should have gotten like some sort of like magic. She can throw fireballs or some fucking shit, right? Or arrows.
Feng shui magic.
I think she was an archer, right?
She can interiorly design your boss fight.
She can feng shui your boss fight. It's like,
I don't know.
Yeah. So you heard. Yeah, you heard what I said earlier about how Japanese companies are a little bit more traditional. That's probably showing a little bit there. I think just a little bit.
The graphics look cool though.
At least it wasn't like she was throwing sandwiches or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
and then they're redoing Donkey Kong Country, but it has modern graphics instead of the old school kind of clay animation rare stuff. It looks different. I really wasn't digging it.
Yeah, I oh my god, I have such great memories of Donkey Kong Country. Was it Super Nintendo or was it 64?
Yep.
Super Nintendo,
yeah.
Jesus Christ, yeah. The music,
aquatic ambience, yeah.
All the music, the soundtrack was amazing, and it was a really really good platformer, and one of their best I would say almost underrated IPs, because when people think of Nintendo, no one says Donkey Kong. It's only the people that actually like are hardcore gamers that know games like Donkey Kong Country and stuff like that, because everybody else is like Mario, Zelda, like that's like the popular everything. But
it's kind of the OG, he's the first one.
Yeah, true.
Donkey Kong,
yeah. If you go back to like, because Mario was just like some plumber getting Donkey Kong throwing barrels at him. Like, no, he wasn't. Right. That was So I mean, technically, yes, from the original. But that's another thing too, because that's like original lore that when things got more popular, people don't realize. But it's a shame that Donkey Kong doesn't look like it's going to be up to snuff.
Yeah.
But when I saw the modern graphics, I was like, oh, they should have just maybe try to do like higher resolution, like claymation type of. That would have been amazing.
What you're saying is like the art style is different, not just the graphics.
Yeah, well, the graphics and the art style is a lot different. It's just all polygons now instead of sprites, But
I mean,
wasn't maybe for me.
Maybe they're. I mean, obviously too. They still haven't announced the Switch 2, so maybe this is kind of their last. Like, hey, this is the last of what we're getting out of the Switch, and then, maybe I don't know, because obviously that's coming. We know it's coming, and So I don't know. Maybe this is their last offering for the system that's about to die, and then maybe I don't know. Maybe they're not ready for Switch 2 stuff. You know, they're not ready to announce it. So
that sounds pretty Nintendo. So
yeah,
I mean, that's probably a very Nintendo thing to do. So.
If anything, they're gonna announce it next year, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Just if it'll come out in 2026 or some shit.
Yeah,
but yeah, they're beating a dead horse.
Yeah,
fairly well now. And the rest of the stuff was kind of like some RPGs and stuff like that. But what else did we get? Oh, the Borderlands director. Oh my god, the similarities to the Guardians of the Galaxy.
You're hurting me.
Fucking shit, dude.
I mean, I know I put that article in the notes, but so everything about the Borderlands movie pisses me off every time something else comes out, because like the first time it was a trailer, right? And I was like, oh my god, this is horrible. This is not Borderlands. This is some action comedy movie, which might be good on its own, which is one of the things that I hate about it. Because if it's good on its own, all these people are going to be like, oh, it's awesome. But it's not, because it's not true to the game. But all the stuff that I said before aside, I feel like the last article that I shared in the notes for this show was that
the Tiny Tina actress.
Yeah, the actress that played Tiny Tina said that she was getting inspiration from Harley from Suicide Squad, and I was like, no, you're supposed to get inspiration from the fucking video game. That's how it's supposed to work. But I still can't be mad at her, because fuck you, Eli Roth. Okay, no, I'm pissed at Eli Roth, and I love a lot of his movies, but he's doing some stupid goddamn shit right now. And literally, that article, I know it was only a couple of paragraphs and a fucking title, but the fact that there were comments and that it was treated the way it was, essentially, sorry, what Sal was saying was that basically someone was like, comparing it to Guardians of the Galaxy, or it's going to be like Guardians of the Galaxy, and he was like, well, I understand, that there's going to be similarities, but they're going to find out that it's different. And I'm like, no, it shouldn't be anything like Guardians of the Galaxy. It's fucking Borderlands,
right?
And that's what grinds on my gears.
It's gonna suck. It's gonna be
hard
stool.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's gonna be that great as a standalone movie either.
It's not. It just
my biggest gripe is Tiny Tina, because Tiny Tina is a very unique character, and without getting into too many details, they're just completely destroying her character.
There's enough of the story in the games. There's like fucking 3 movies where they establish characters that they could have just, hey, why don't we just try to copy it like how it was, and just do. They could have literally just fucking done their own shit.
We have really good examples of very successful stuff now. So I mean, you're The Last of Us, and I'm old. Somebody please help me.
Well, even the Mario movie was good. I mean, there
were some issues with it, but it was good. But there was the other one. Was it a series? It was a series, right?
Fallout series.
Yes, the Fallout. Jesus fucking Christ!
Yeah.
I would like the listeners to think that was a bit, but unfortunately, it was not. Yes, we just did
Alzheimer's.
Full fucking like 4 episodes on the Fallout series, and it was amazing.
Well, it almost seems like that Borderlands, like I only saw a little bit of the trailer, and I could see the comparisons with Guardians of the Galaxy, and I'm not a Marvel guy at all, and I've never seen the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, but I know the whole shtick and whatever, and it seems like, and I hate to say that it's because it's Kevin Hart, but almost seems like a cash in on this IP that they're going to cash in there, and it just doesn't seem like that
that's
big.
The problem.
Exactly, and it's like I don't think traditional Hollywood's going to treat that franchise well, whereas you should have gone probably the HBO route. You should have gone the episodic route. You should have made it a series, not a big blockbuster movie.
Sure.
It's not going to be.
Series has definitely worked better, because we've noticed that with Fallout and Last of Us that was the case, but also too
right
that they really should have just
fucking thrown money at the Birch family, Anthony Birch, and I always have this fucking problem. I will edit this, I promise. Ashley, they both start with an A. That's why I always get confused. Anthony and Ashley Birch were the heart of all the fucking Borderlands games as far as the writing was concerned, and Tiny Tina being amazing. So,
dude, they could have literally got some of the people from Telltale Games. There's a bunch of them right now that don't have a job.
Yeah, and they could have got all the voice actors,
write a script.
They instead wanted to put all the big names in there, and that would have been. I would not have I would have no problem with these big name actors if they did the writing right, if they hired the right people and did the right referencing, it would have been fine. Like we could have the same. Not Kevin Hart. Not Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is not rolling.
He's not rolling. He's not rolling.
He's just not. Like The Rock, maybe. Idris Elba. Ooh, yes, please. But not
he would have made a good role.
Kevin Hart. No, like there's so many. There's so many other.
Kevin Hart's
options.
The comedy relief.
There's so many other options.
And Roland plays a straight man.
Rock would have probably been like the next best option, right? Like, but there are so many more better than like The Rock, because The Rock, he's just The Rock. He can't really act. He's just The Rock, and he's awesome as The Rock. But
what would have been right there. What would have been cool is just a random fucking Terrence Howard is fucking rolling. What the fuck?
Especially after his Joe Rogan and his craziness, whatever the hell he's talking about now.
Yeah, no, he's got his own like mathematics that don't make sense or don't work. But yeah, anyways, let's get away from the Borderlands movie. This is we don't need to talk about.
I see a lot of anger. Yeah, you guys.
Yeah, there's a lot of anger, and when it comes out, we're gonna watch it, and we're gonna do.
It's called hate
an episode or two on that. We're gonna hate watch that shit. We're gonna do a couple episodes on it, and we're gonna see what happens, because I want to try to legitimately review it, because I really liked when we reviewed the Fallout series, even though it was 910% fan service, but also people that had never played Fallout before liked it so much that they started playing the game, and that's it. Those are facts.
Yeah,
and it got renewed like right away for a second season, right? So I mean, it's clearly good. I mean, so at least it stands on its own merits. So I mean,
it can stand on its own merits, and it's true to the games, and that's all. That's all we ask for. That's like a bare minimum, and it's not that hard. And guess what? You're gonna make a fuck ton of money doing that. Anyways, what else do you have in the news now?
So we got the CEO of Twitch being like a skeevy perb. So I guess it's
a skeevy perb.
They're implementing.
There's a few of those going around nowadays.
It's going to be a feature in there where you can take like small Instagram clips of streamers and shit, and then they can do some sharing out. And his whole fucking list was just TD streamers, like all of them were TD streamers. And then we're talking in chat. I was like, oh, that's why they haven't banned TD streamers. Like all these other people are getting banned, but not.
Yeah, and I get that too. And I was
now
just
we know why.
Yeah, and I was just talking to my wife earlier about Amaranth, because of the whole Dr. Disrespect thing.
That he's pissed now.
Yeah, so like Amaranth, she can show her full vag, she can say the N-word, and she doesn't get banned from Twitch. Like she got like a 24-hour ban for each of those things.
She did those things?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
Wow. I've never watched her before, but
those are things that have happened. I didn't.
Wow.
I never really watched her either, but when that popped up in the news, I reviewed both things, and I was like, "Yeah, that happened. This is real." And I had to, especially the N-word one, I had to listen to it multiple times, and I was like, "No, that's what she said."
Well, I mean, it's like. It's almost like now with like, God, it's crazy. Like 10 years ago when we were doing like OnlyFans wasn't a thing. Nowadays, it's almost like flashing your vag isn't nearly as bad, but you drop that hard R, man, like that's gonna get you. Like,
except not for her apparently. And I guess,
wow.
And also too, so this is where I've said this before, there is a bit of a double standard, and I'm not a, what are they called? The anti-feminists, the
turf.
No, that's not quite.
The
man. a manonist. I don't know, a manonist.
The minimist.
No,
the turf, right? The turf are like the
trans
right-wing
exclusionary,
radical
feminists. So they're feminists, but when it comes to this, there is definitely a double standard, because if I accidentally showed my dong on Twitch, I would be arrested. Come on.
I think the double standard is, though,
and I don't want to do that. I'm just saying, like, it's maybe on an adult site, but not on one where kids are watching. You know what I mean? And that's the and
her stream is catered. It's for adults, but
but all you got to do is click I'm 18 or older.
Yeah, right.
That's whereas, on the parents.
Whereas if you did it, your dong slips out. It'd be like, oh, this guy's a rapist.
It still happens.
Well, no, minors.
It depends, though. The double standard isn't that if you have a big boobies that you're gonna stay on the platform, because there was a Korean streamer with very large boobs that was banned from there.
Well, but what did she do? She had to do something.
I think she had a nip slip.
That's it?
And that's it. It's all about how much money you bring into the platform.
She wasn't making as much money as Amaranth is making. She's like the top, if not number one. She's in the top like few.
It's about how much money you bring in for Twitch. You can do whatever you want.
So speaking of that, I mean, Dr. Disrespect was pretty fucking big. I don't know the numbers. I didn't look into.
But they draw the line. They draw the line at child molesters. Okay, that's a hard line that they draw. Is right there.
Yes, but to that point, to be I guess more objective, he's the only thing that's proven is that he's like that he's sexted minors, right? Or minor.
A minor.
I guess we can jump into that part of the articles and stuff. So he admitted to inappropriate texting with a minor.
Yeah, which is absolutely. I'm definitely not arguing the fact that that's like the first step to what
we still don't know. We still don't know how old the person was. It was a girl, by the way.
What does it matter?
We still don't know how old she was. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it's worse.
We still don't know how old she was, but she was probably closer to 18 than anything, just because of the way Twitch works, right?
Even still, even if she was 18, it's still like a creepy abuse of power, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, Chris D'Elia got away with it because he had go-betweens.
That guy's a grooming piece of shit. Let's not.
He was doing it himself. That's what got him caught.
Well, I think it's like, from what I've heard, it was 17. I mean, like, granted, obviously, I think we have to take everything with a grain of salt because we don't know where.
Nobody said, so everybody's kind of speculating. But...
And like 17 is, and again, this is no defense of anything he's done, but like 17 is consent in some states. But, and then, it gets weird with like communication. Like, how does that play into it? Like, statewide, but even still, in a position of power, you're a married man, you have a family, you're making millions of dollars recreationally playing video games, and yet and he said when they lean towards inappropriate, it's like, well, even if you didn't share pictures or whatever, it's like, what are you doing? And even if you can say like there's no legal thing, you're a creep, dude. Like, at least it's like, no, you're a creep. At the very least, you're creepy, and now the whole world knows. And it's like, well, you had this platform, you had all these followers and everything, so it's fucking weird.
Speaking to that, though, I'm wondering, like, I don't, maybe the numbers are out there, but like, because I'm wondering how much like money Amaranth makes for Twitch versus what he made. Probably a lot different, but I feel like
Doc was.
I think he's
hand over fist, way bigger than Amaranth.
Yeah. Well, look at all those Call of Duty skins, the Fortnite skins, like, right? I mean, he was
he was the face of Twitch.
Yeah, Twitch, and like he had all those skins and everything. I'm sure that guy was real.
Well, okay, that makes me feel like it's worse because also too, there were other, I think, I want to say like harassment-y type allegations from like people that he worked with at Twitch.
Well, he was a giant asshole. That was a given. He was always a giant asshole. But that was already established that he was always a prick. Even when he was first starting, I was always like a big boisterous.
I mean, I get his, his whole thing is he's supposed to be, he's Dr. Disrespect, but
shtick,
like, it's a shtick, but like maybe it just went too far, like I don't know.
No, but it felt very like Chris D'Elia kind of groomy kind of feel to it, and I think, and even if it wasn't, he kept saying that there was nothing illegal found. It's like, well, it's one nut hair away from being illegal, right? Like with the Chris Hansen shit, it wasn't illegal till the dude showed up at the child's house, right? And that's probably what it was, because he was trying
because
to
that was also before like the internet and phones were really serious.
He was also trying to figure out what she was going to be doing for TwitchCon. Maybe get maybe there was some conversation about maybe we should go like get some food or something or hang out. Okay, and at that point, that shit would have been highly illegal.
Yeah.
And Twitch saw it as because they settled. There was supposed to be a lawsuit, and then they went into arbitration, and they all settled out of court.
Yeah, which means like
doesn't mean that there wasn't something illegal. It means that they all settled out of court.
Right. Yeah, they dealt with it illegal. And they're moving on. Yeah.
I feel like speculation could be that like.
That fucking happens all the time. How many of these CEOs and the big heads up for these game companies do arbitrary shit where they settle all at court and then they both say, well, there was no wrong done, right?
Right. They're just saving each other's ass.
There was money exchanged.
I'm just gonna so like he's obviously got tons of money now because he's rich from Twitch and whatever.
His wife is taking half. I think she's done with them.
I feel like I don't know about you, but maybe like in his distant future, I see like Billy Mitchell. Like, creepy old
dude. Doc has so much money that he doesn't have to work for the rest of his life, and he'd be cool.
Yeah,
much money.
But well, here's the thing that's gonna lead to corruption at some point, right?
He hasn't done it yet. Even him being off of the platform isn't gonna affect how, because he still has investments in Midnight Society, even though they fired him. He still owns part of the company.
No, I'm not talking about money anymore. Well, I am talking about money. I'm talking about how, like, he's gonna get caught eventually doing something highly illegal, like you said, because he has money.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not as, he's not as rich as the people that can get away with anything, right? But he's close. But anyways,
he's
let
fucked.
us. Yeah, he's fucked.
His wife is. Oh, so talking about skeevy, there was this indie developer in was it Poland or Ukraine? Some Middle East. I
mean, it's pretty
Eastern European country where he was
a little different.
Higher.
He was wanting to have any kind of any developers that were coming in, primarily women, go to a sauna and be naked with them in the sauna so they could understand how a sauna works.
Because the game had a sauna in it, I guess.
Because the game had a sauna in it. And we're like, what the see, why do people think they could get away with this shit, dude? In the generation of fucking the info's everywhere on the internet.
How else do you show somebody how to use the sauna? You have to get them naked and
mind dude. It would be cool if it was a dude, right? If you were saying, the man could come in, hang out. Standards. But he specifically wanted women to come hang out naked with them in saunas and shit.
Well, I wouldn't want men to hang out in saunas with me, but
well, if you're Icelandic, that's like a fucking everyday thing, right? It's like, hey, Bjorn, let's go get some fucking sauna.
Yeah. That's good.
I also wouldn't recruit people to, do homo. That. So yeah.
All you gotta say is no homo.
No homo.
Yeah, you better say no homo though. God damn it!
You have to say it or else it's homo. So
yeah.
But holy
only
fuck,
homo on the weekends.
That dude got canceled immediately. He had to retract it. It was an apology tour, and I think that fucking company's done. what idiots, dude. I don't understand that shit. I think he was a Gen Xer, which makes me sad because I'm a Gen Xer. And what the fuck, dude? Come on. Don't be stupid.
Man, you got so depressed you disappeared with your filter.
So disappointed in the Gen Xers.
Yeah.
I know.
You thought it was only the millennials being creeps.
We're supposed to be fucking savage, but not fucking creepy, skeevy people, dude. Come on.
Yeah, everybody. They're in every generation.
That's for the boomers, man. It's not our deal. Fucking shit.
Thanks, boomer.
So we also got a trailer for Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2 dropped during the
that looks amazing, and I want to play it
during the Summerfest.
I don't know when I'll have time to, because I won't give myself time. But
well, there's the game itself doesn't it's not like where you have to invest a lot of time to play.
Yeah,
it.
It's something you could probably play like 15 minutes here.
You can do like a fucking campaign and be done, kind of like a Gears of War, or no, this was more like a Helldivers type of where you pick a planet, and then the planet
it's not multiplayer though, right?
It's multiplayer. Up to three players.
Okay.
Up to 3 players.
It looks like what Gears of War should have been.
Yeah. Oh my god, the Gears of War reveal. I was like, what prequel? What the fuck, dude? I was so bad.
That was like a couple episodes ago, wasn't it?
Yeah. But the game looks fucking amazing. Mind you, the company that made it is now defunct because I don't know why. There's a lot of companies that went defunct because they're not making enough money, right, for the shareholders. But they put out some good shit before they went under. Well, they didn't go under. They were broken down. Fucking looks amazing.
Yeah,
I love
really good.
I love Warhammer, but there's nobody here to play Warhammer with. Like, there's a community here, but it's hard.
It's a high entry because like
it's expensive. Holy fuck, it's expensive.
There's a lot of like miniatures. Like you love painting minis, so that would be really good. But
no, dude, if I wanted to start a miniature for like say Space Marines, it's fucking like $200 just to fucking start it, and then you got to acquire the rest of your team. That's gonna add another maybe 150. So if I wanted to have an army, no, because they're not allowed in. Like if me and you were playing, that'd be fucking totally fine. I could print out my own fucking minis. But if I wanted to go play at a store, unless the store specifically says, it's cool to have proxies, you cannot fucking use them, dude. Especially since they're leagues. Wow. There's leagues sanctioned by Games Workshop where you're not allowed to have.
I didn't know that.
You're not allowed to have any kind of substitutions. You're allowed to modify their armor and their weapons and stuff, but you're not allowed to have your own miniatures because I guess it takes money away from them. But conservatively, it's like $400 if I wanted a full team of Space Marines, and then depending on which faction you want, it could be even more expensive. But if I wanted to, I could start painting them and then selling them on eBay because people are dumb. Don't buy that shit.
Yeah.
Fuck, I could spend $50 on
kill. You just gotta make sure that it says it's like 3D printed or proxy or whatever.
Yeah, you have to say that, or else fucking Game Workshop will come after you.
Couldn't you also just buy and sell the painted official ones?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I couldn't. But here's the thing: when you get an army in the box, there's like, I don't know, like 80 or more miniatures in there. That's a lot of fucking.
That was like when you painted my zombie side board game.
Yeah, like if you get better as you paint more. But that's a lot of fucking miniatures, and then the turnaround for that would be you gotta gauge how much people are willing to pay for shit. Like certain kill teams will be like worth fucking nothing, but certain ones will be worth a lot more. But if you flood the market with the ones that are a lot more, they're worth less because there's more of those. Yeah, there's a kill team that you could pay $50, and then I could paint them and sell them for 150 easy. That's if nobody else. That's if 300%. Yeah, it's a really good markup, right? But that's if nobody else also paints them. and tries to sell them as well. And there's a lot of fucking talented painters out there. Shit. It was like if I were to do painting and make it look like the painters do, the high end guys, I'd be working with oil paints, and those take fucking forever to dry. So it's not worth the investment. But Warhammer Space Marine 2 looks fucking amazing. I want to play it.
I know I want to play it.
It does look really good.
What else we got? They're releasing a vinyl of the Shadows Calling from Hunt.
Yeah, so the soundtrack to Hunt is being released on a vinyl, which is pretty cool.
For audiophiles that like Hunt.
Their music. I am an audiophile, and the music in that game is fucking amazing. I love it. But I don't know if I would get the vinyl. Maybe.
Here's the thing, though. It's for gun nuts, right? Because that's all that game is for gun nuts. So there's gonna be a dude sitting in his basement playing that shit on vinyl, holding his gun, and be like, "Yeah," spinning the fucking barrel.
I don't know. I like Hunt. I don't know if it's for gun nuts. I think it's okay. I think it's I mean, I don't think.
Well, the vinyl is for
I wouldn't
gun
consider
nuts.
myself a gun nut. But
Second Amendment,
I like guns.
Yeah,
I have guns.
Yeah, Second Amendment, baby.
Just wait for somebody to bust in my home. Oh my god! And then he starts beating off with the gun.
Yeah. Stop jerking off with the guns.
I mean, the soundtrack.
I did not foresee the Hunt soundtrack going in that direction when we put that in the notes. But it did. Okay, it did.
We went there. Yeah.
The soundtrack sounds cool and all, but it's a lot of like person singing slowly, and it's like, oh,
I love it. Sal knows. That's why
fucking
I say
give
that.
me some fucking. Make that shit EDM, and I'm fucking there, dude.
Fuck off EDM.
Yeah, get Dead Mouse on there. That'd be great.
Alrighty.
Dead Mouse and Hunt. That'd be fucking amazing.
There you go. Oh God.
Jesus.
7 Days to Die is about to go 1.0 after like 50 years. It's been in development since
11 years, I think almost 11 years. And it's supposedly supposed to release officially on July 25th.
Mm-hmm.
But there's already some
experimental.
There's already some issues in the experimental. Subley has been playing it, and it may have killed her computer. To be fair, her computer was on its last legs anyway. She was trying to keep it alive with life support, and then she played the experimental and it died.
Porn.
That too.
So much porn. It's like, oh my god.
And
so much porn.
Terabytes.
But there's a lot of neat stuff. In 1.0, they're doing a pretty big overhaul as far as models of the characters and the zombies. The zombies are a little bit more like multiple versions of the current zombies.
It's just different colors. So they painted the elves on level 6 a different color to make them not look like the dwarves on level 4.
But the largest refactor is going to be that they're changing how armor and clothing works. They're combining it into one thing. And it's only 4 slots. And they're all good. Then there's going to be a bunch of sets, and you can obviously mix and match those, but there are bonuses to having full sets of each of those armors. I'm not going to go too deep into that right now because we're going to have an episode on that at some point after we've all gotten to play it, because I'll put up a server, and Strength in Gaming will probably do an episode on the new 7 Days to Die 1.0. But yeah, it is releasing. The experimental is out, and I'm excited. I'm really excited for it because I've been playing it since its inception, like 11 years ago. So
I've been playing it. I really like the sets. It's pretty fun. You get to decide what role you play. It's not like God, what was that? What was that one with all the demons? The mod?
Darkness Falls. That was
Darkness Falls, where you had to pick what you want to play. With this one, you can just put on the gear set.
Yeah. It was.
You can just put on the gear set, and you're that class.
Yeah, it was like if
you want to be a fucking
miner,
put on the miner set.
Yeah. Disrespect. Don't be texting the miners.
Yeah. Don't be a miner. Shouldn't be a miner.
Fuck, dude. It seems like we're spiraling every day faster to the fucking oblivion, dude.
Okay, but Yeah. Well, maybe it's the sooner to the real zombie apocalypse where all of us gamers.
I'm fucking ready,
prepared.
dude. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I got a
farm.
rebarb.
I'm building a farm
I
in
got
my
a
backyard.
machete.
Heather can build anything out of wood and now metal now because she can weld. So
and she has a PS5, so she's
and she has a PS5.
fine.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
Yeah, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine.
It's gonna be fine. The zombie apocalypse.
But that's all I got for the news. That's all I have to say about the news.
Gunnar Larson. It has
What's
been
up?
forever, and
it was before he had kids, dude.
before you had kids. Which might be foreshadowing for some questions later. No, we're not going to dive deep in your personal life unless you really want to. That's not my intention. My intention is to catch up with you, a fellow video game podcaster, maybe former fellow video. See, I don't want to be an ass. I'm such an ass. I don't want to, like,
What are you afraid of?
It was.
What am I afraid of? I'm afraid it was Gunnar's fault. I'm afraid it was Gunnar's fault. Yes.
That Gameanon broke up?
Yeah.
Oh God, no.
But we'll get to that. But for now, it's been a long time. And let's maybe start with something simple. Like, what have you been playing lately?
Oh man, been playing lately. So I'm having some issue. Well, which hopefully doesn't plague us here, but mostly, I guess. I mean, a lot of Street Fighter 6 on PS5, but
that game is fucking amazing, dude.
It's an amazing game.
It looks fucking awesome.
It's so good.
I miss fighting games.
I'm going back to some of the roots with the Soul series. So I'm playing Bloodborne again. I'm playing Bloodborne's top 10 favorite games of all time. Then I'm also playing Elden Ring, but I'm having some issues with my PC where it's not. It's a good PC, but I'm having some memory issues.
It's not your fault. There is a lot of performance issues from Elden Ring right now because of the expansion.
So I just want to say though, because you already mentioned it, and I'm stuck on it, and I have to because maybe autism, I don't know, ADD perhaps, something like that. But we are born of the blood, made men by the blood.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's not your fault. The game's running shitty right now. Hopefully it doesn't kill your PC like some of these did, but
unfortunately though, it's not just Elden Ring. It's everything. So
you're on PC?
It's a fundamental PC issue. No, I can play like Insurgency and my PC. Like it'll be cool, like, hey, you can play for like 20 minutes and then so it's definitely it's not cool.
It's a thermal issue.
Yeah, there's a lot of
sounds like overheating.
On. But
did you turn it off and on again?
I did, yeah. I tried. Yeah. I was like, use your bachelor's degree in IT and figure out what's wrong. So, but it's like, I don't know. So Elden Ring's like it's like, I get the feeling it's the same thing where it's like you got to read all the Lord of the Rings, right? Or if you're a Harry Potter fan, you got to like the great fictions of our time. Well, I feel like I have to play Elden Ring, only because I've beaten Dark Souls. Not all of them, but I've beaten Bloodborne and but
it's I will say it's a really good game. It's open world Dark Souls, which
it's beautiful.
Which by default, it is beautiful view ahead.
It's a masterpiece.
It is a masterpiece. But I will say that it's by nature of it being open world isn't as hard as regular like Dark Souls and
for sure.
And so I feel like it's like Dark Souls and then Bloodborne is like a little bit like it's a little bit harder.
Well, because you don't have that gatekeeper, right?
And then there's Sekiro. Is like
Sekiro's
outside.
A monster. Yeah,
Sekiro's outside. It took I don't know how many times it took me to defeat the last boss. He was the
hardest
boss.
Did you beat him?
Yeah, he was the hardest boss in any Souls game that I ever played.
But I never beat him. Yeah.
It's tough. I get it, but But like Elden Ring is the reason why it's so popular. Of course, there's a collaboration there that gave it a lot of stuff, but also
George R. Martin,
just that it is an amazing game and it's open world Dark Souls and it is a little bit easier than Dark Souls.
Yeah.
And sure. So it does make it more available to the masses. But so you're not playing Elden Ring or
Well, I mean, I've been trying. Last time I played it,
and you've only played the base game then.
Yeah, I haven't played the DLC.
Okay.
I've gotten pretty far in the base game, but and that was like before my PC started acting up, so that was like a problem.
You need a new PC.
Unfortunately, that's what I'm realizing is that I need a new PC. So then that's why I kind of bounced back to PS5 and was kind of like exploring some of the PS Plus games that I had forgotten, playing Sekiro again, playing Bloodborne again.
My wife is fighting the monk right now in Sekiro, the second monk.
Oh, that game is a true masterpiece. It's probably my favorite FromSoft game. Aside, it's that and Bloodborne.
Do you remember?
It's those two.
Yeah, but Bloodborne was my what got me hooked on Souls games, and then I played all of them. Except
that was the first one I played. Yeah,
that's interesting. Yeah, and now we have a new generation of people doing Elden Ring. But what was that, Sal?
Apparently, Shadows died twice.
Shadows died
twice. Only when you have enough of your lotus flower things,
That last boss is a bastard, man. I mean, he's a literal bastard.
Yeah, there's like 3 forms, and it just takes forever to learn all the moves.
It's just pure skill,
and you have to be perfect with everything.
Every time.
If you're not perfect, you die, and I even like at the end, I farmed a bunch of I'm just gonna keep calling them souls. I know they're different in all the games, but I farmed a bunch of souls and leveled up, and it didn't really it gave me like a 2% advantage. When I started.
No, you just have to get, and that's the whole. Remember the whole get good memes.
Get
right?
good, yeah.
Yeah, it's actually what I was gonna say. How about you just get good?
Well, yeah, you could get good, but it's like I feel like that get good meme that was like really prevalent before Sekiro with Dark Souls. It's like if you actually like, I'm a dork and I look at all the speed runs and glitches and all that other shit. You could you don't have to get right. You don't have to get good at Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3. You can. I mean, you have to be good enough, but you don't have to. Sekiro, Bloodborne, a little bit more too, but Sekiro, you just like literally have to get good. And there's nothing you
can do.
There's nothing you can do. You can have all the stats you want.
Phantoms. There's you can't have anybody help you.
And the stats are so controlled. It's like, no, you just have to know how to block. You have to know how to parry, and you have to do it perfectly. And there's no room for error. And that's the get good. It's like Dark Souls, you can cheese. You can cheese those games.
Yeah.
But you can't cheese Sekiro.
1 or 2 bosses in Sekiro.
Yeah, like 1 or 2, but
you're
not going to cheese that last guy.
No,
and that's
all that
matters.
Not possible.
It's not possible. So it's like,
man, I would have to get
really like a week to beat that guy, probably.
I would have to get really fucking high to be able to calm down.
I was high. I was drunk. I tried it sober. I don't remember at the end.
I get better when I'm fucking stoned because I relax more.
Stoned, yes.
If I play PvP games, if I get high, dude, it's like fucking Dr. Phil's Zen.
I need to get you a full.
You
need gummies and all this shit. So when we play Hunt,
no, dude, because then we go up fucking stars and then we get fucking chodes.
Yeah, every time I play solo, I hit 4 stars and then it gets fucking stupid, and I'm like, no. But anyways,
it's not fun.
Jenay, do you happen to have a question for Gunnar?
Was I supposed to come prepared? Oh no.
No, absolutely.
We haven't heard from you much, so come on, Jenay, lay it on me.
Yeah, we do shit live, dude.
I haven't put anything. I made no notes for this. Except for the fact that obviously I have one burning question, but I'm gonna let it marinate for a little bit longer.
I don't know if this is an easier question or not. And I kind of know a little bit, but what are you doing as a creative outlet these days?
Oh, you kind of know the answer.
OnlyFans.
Yeah, check out my spicy link on my Instagram.
The show feet
profile.
Yeah. I show feet. Toes.
No, I don't show feet. No, that's a girl thing. Yeah, no. That's for Jenay.
You're missing the opportunity to hit that Hobbit community.
Do you think I'm missing a market? I feel like I wouldn't be into it. Yeah, I feel like if I wouldn't pay for
people who love Hobbit feet, there's tons of them out there.
Well, I don't have Hobbit feet, but
I have Hobbit feet.
Yeah, I don't. Well, I don't, but I'm still not going to show them to the world. So
no, I've
really seen a marketing opportunity.
I might be. You're right. Yeah, in a capitalist country, I'm probably losing out.
Yeah.
And so are you, Jenay.
You're gonna get a bunch of Eastern European dudes.
I'm missing my Hawk 2 moment, man.
Yeah,
Damn it. Oh,
You are.
I could be the Hawk 2 girl.
Yeah.
You could.
Hawk 2 guy.
You could be.
I'm not
that
spitting on
person
anything.
that starts it.
Yeah, that's gross. Honestly,
I'm not spitting on anything.
I mean, to comment on that, that's like I get how a lot of people like that, but I don't know. It just grosses me out. Like it does. I don't know why, but it does.
There was a was
Was
she Italian or something like that? She says that's a no. She was Icelandic, and she goes, no, we don't Hawk tour.
Do I need to take you to Iceland?
That's a loogie. She goes. She was rolling it in her mouth. You're spitting a loogie on it, and then you got to eat it again. That is not good. She goes, if anything, we go and just spit on it. We don't go.
Yeah.
I was rolling a loogie, dude. And it killed me.
I'm gonna have to bleep all of that.
Sorry, somebody.
Why?
But Jenay had a question, I think.
Oh, my personal creative outlets. Well, I've been, I do some poetry stuff, which I post on my various socials and whatnot. That, and then developing the Gunnar the Great podcast, which is coming soon. But pretty much that's about it.
This sounds like there was some planning behind the scenes here. I feel like I was maybe conned or something at this point.
No. I haven't.
Jenay infiltrated the podcast,
about that part.
and then you commented on her post. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, I did. Yeah. Well, she said she obviously. Well, right. She said she knew kind of the answer. So, like I think all of you guys, maybe everyone follows me on whatever. So, like,
yeah, I
see some of the stuff that I post.
At least 2 social media things, I think. I want to say like Facebook and Instagram.
I'm limiting myself to 1.
That's good.
Well, 2.
I'm 1.5. I only have Facebook
I don't think Reddit,
on my computer.
I don't think Reddit counts though.
I have Instagram.
Reddit doesn't count. No, Reddit's for secrets. Yes. I mean that's pretty much it. Just those kind of that writing a lot. But again, trying to kind of get back into the podcast space. But yeah, go ahead.
Well, it sounds like this is a great time then.
Right.
So this is why I said this. Either I'm being like infiltrated by some government agency, conspiracy theory,
my FBI
or I
agent
have
says
extremely good timing.
It's ironic timing, yeah.
Or y'all are playing me. So it's one of those things.
I'm just gonna blame it on the shitty stock market.
Yeah, there you go. There we go. CIA.
Jenay and I are dating. Surprise!
I blame Obama.
That's not happening.
I mean, Sal and I have been dating for a very long time, so it's.
Been
dating.
You're
we're common law, dude. We're common law now.
Okay.
Okay. So, Gunnar the Great podcast. Now I have a question because this is why we're doing it live.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
What do you plan on doing on the Gunnar the Great podcast? What kind of topics? What do you think you're gonna cover?
There's a few ideas. So.
And do you need guests?
I will. Yeah, I will need guests. Okay, so yeah, I will need guests because I want to get into something that's a little deeper than what we were doing with Gameanon. Something.
I don't know what that is. What's Gameanon?
We'll talk about Gameanon. We'll talk about Gameanon. I definitely want to do an interview format. And because I have, it's kind of a rip off of, do you guys know the Philosophize This podcast?
No, but I do.
Amazing podcast. Philosophy. Yeah. Amazing podcast. So I had an idea for, it's an incredible, like if you're interested in philosophy, like the guy's a genius.
Well, like Sam, dude, his Spicy Thoughts one is kind of the same thing.
Yeah, but it hasn't come out yet. I still got to edit it.
Yeah.
I have an entire first season recorded. All right,
you do? Like a philosophy podcast?
Never mind.
Yeah, I've recorded an entire philosophy podcast, season 1 with Devin and Frozen. Josh.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Josh Golden. But yeah, it's I got a lot of work to do still. Like I have the pilot and the first 2 episodes 99% edited. I'm just waiting for Devin to finish some music. Fucking get on that, dude. He's not listening.
You heard it here
to the
first.
show anymore, but
what an asshole.
But yeah, so it sounds like you're probably leaning towards a little bit of philosophy.
Yeah, kind of that, interviewing people. I mean, like really just trying to learn different walks of life, and you know, like I don't know, it's like a lame term, but like a poor man's Joe Rogan, where you could kind of like, I want to talk to a lot of different people that either I don't agree with or things I'm interested in, like different walks of life that I just kind of want to like open up. Yeah, and it's a personal like interest. Like I'm just curious, you know, and that's kind of where that would stem from. But then like have a format and stuff. But yeah, what's that?
Are you gonna what was that fucking drug that Joe Rogan's always going around? DMT that shit first?
Yeah, I don't know about all that. Yeah, I wouldn't get into like
I need you to do peyote.
Can we do cigars and scotch? Because
see now I'm down for that. Like 100%. Like give me some cigar scotch, some good booze. We could talk.
I feel like I would have to do it. I would have to if I were a guest on your show and we did cigars and scotch, I'd have to record it outside because I don't want to fucking smoke a cigar in my house.
Oh, I hear you. I wouldn't want to either. No, that would be sweet. Even like stuff like that, or even like, you know, I'm like big, like not that I'm saying I'm super knowledgeable, but big World War II dork. Read Rise and Fall of the Third Reich. Super interested in that part of history. Like, love to talk about that kind of thing, how it mirrors what's going on today, the effects of World War II, like just everything. Like a lot of different conversations that I'd love to have that I don't
that
get.
Would be interesting.
You know,
TLDR on that though is it was a meth and the coke.
Yeah,
that was the end of the Third Reich.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. It was just cocaine. Yeah,
it was just cocaine.
Yeah, Hitler was just coked up.
You see the fucking video of him at the Olympics, just like fucking.
Oh, where he's shaking. He's got his
Holy fuck, he was on one.
Some wild shit, man. Yeah. No, I mean, like getting to some like, you know, I don't know, like talk to some people that don't get a voice, or you know, whatever. Like maybe they're not well known, but I don't know. Just put some ideas out there, put some conversations out there. I don't know.
So next question, would you have any of us as guests on your show?
Oh yeah, all you guys. Yeah,
I think you should avoid Sam.
We got a lot. Yeah, you can avoid me, but we got Sal, we got Jenay, we got Subley, we got Kat, we got Spike, we got Eddie, we got all kinds of people.
Oh, all you guys. I'd love to pick the brain, and you know, we can talk about stuff.
And what's great is we all have wildly different views. So if you, and
that's even better.
Yeah, because like that's one of the reasons why I very specifically say like there's no like politics or religion on the show. That it leaks in sometimes on this show. I get it. I understand.
It happens.
But I want to keep that neutral. And you said Joe Rogan, so I kind of like earlier Joe Rogan, I guess I could say. I did really when there was that really like neutrally like everything vibe. That sounds like what you're talking. Yeah, it sounds like what you're talking
pre-COVID
about. Pre-COVID
shit though. That's like
yeah, exactly.
Lost his
but
shit.
like to get like the different views of different people and stuff. Like I'm down for that.
Right.
And
I think that's where it's not like, you know, using him as an example is only because he's the biggest. And
no, absolutely. And there's still homage to that. Like there's still like I did for quite a while there. He was like a role model. You know, and you outgrow role models sometimes, you know, and it's just one of those things that happens. But like, yeah, because I always wanted it because I'm a dumbass Neanderthal. I mean, look at the fucking brow. You can hear that.
You got it. Like, you got
it. It's might have hollow. A thick fucking skull. Yeah, there's nothing in there, obviously. That's why I like to talk to people that are nerdier and smarter than me. That's why we have people like Subley, who's a nuclear fucking physicist on the show, and why we have fucking like nerds like Sal and Jenay. Like I've never seen so much Fallout shit. And I love Fallout. And Sal is just, you know, he's I don't know, he's probably autistic or something.
Probably. I bet you I'm on the fucking spectrum.
I think we all are.
Good money for that shit.
We're all somewhere on that spectrum.
At the very least, I think I've recently been told that I might have ADD. It's like, I don't know, maybe it's a little bit.
No, I think that's what it is, right? It's just like talking to people, and like, you know, we don't have to agree on things or whatever it is. Like, I don't know. That's the beauty of like the podcast format.
You're gonna have to get good at agree to disagree.
Yeah. No, and honestly, I think it lends well to my personality anyway, because I'm not a very confrontational person. I'm not a very like argumentative kind of guy. Like, I'll hear your point of view.
Podcast host.
Yeah, right. So it kind of like seems to fit well. Like, I don't, you know, like, I'm sure there's beliefs or ideas that we could all, even if we individually stated them right now, sure one of us would disagree with something or whatever the case would be, and it's fine. I could still have a civil conversation and still be cool with it. And I think that's like, even like what you were saying about Joe Rogan, now it's whatever he's become is a different conversation. And even I only listen to episodes where there's like good comedians on, because they're fucking like Shane Gillis, like there's hilarious shit. That's really all it's an entertainment thing. I don't listen to it for any sort of, you know, scientific anything. I don't listen to it for anything. It'd be purely for like entertainment while working in my mundane job, you know, other than that. So, but it would be cool to just like talk to people and like, hey, I can get along and we can talk about things that maybe we differ on, and maybe, or even asking, you know, even going to like, because like kind of I had this like idea of like, okay, not that I'm anybody and anybody would notice me, but it's like I want to talk to like I kind of want to pick the brains of like either porn stars or OnlyFans people or these alt-right
I can
guys.
get Ella on your show.
Like,
I can get Ella Darling on your show. She's an awesome guest. She's been on our show like 3 times. She was the first. She was the first virtual reality cam girl. And
see, I would like to learn about that. Like, I want to know. I want to pick their brain about it.
Cam girl.
Business process, all that shit.
Nice.
Yeah,
but she's also a gamer and VR. So we had her on like originally for VR, but she's really cool. She's a lot of fun as a guest, and I would totally refer her to your show.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, no, it'd be cool, because like that's literally what I do. I want to have good conversations with.
She was one of our first celebrity gamers.
Oh, nice.
To be on our show.
Yeah, and like gaming's a part of it. Like, I love gaming, but like, and I kind of like will probably segue into why Gameanon isn't anymore. But like, you know, like things.
Speaking of segue,
yeah, gaming's a part of it, but yeah, it's
I come rolling in on my
life. Yeah, it's not my life. Yeah, right. Yeah, for sure.
Lord.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. So.
You gotta figure out some of the keywords for the conversation is over. I'll have to do some research on that.
Yeah. Means that sounds cool.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
That sounds awesome.
Oh yeah, that's cool. I'll have to check it out.
Like, I want to talk to like some of the most interesting people. I also want to talk to like really awful people. Like I want to like, you know, I just
I can be on your show.
Yeah, so you're fine.
Number one.
Yeah, and just pick the brain a little bit. Very nice. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, you know, just talk to people. I mean, and just kind of like, I don't know.
No, that's kind of where I'm at. I love conversational podcasts. That was a great question. Thank you, Jenay. Sal, do you have a question for Gunnar? It's been a while. And you know my question, so fucking hands off. So that's my question.
And no,
I have a question. Are you still really good friends with the rest of the guys on the podcast?
100%. Before I jumped on here, I was talking with Joel, not Carl, but Joel. Yeah. Oh yeah, I talk to Joel like every day.
Carl, man, he breaks my heart.
Carl breaks your heart. Why does Carl break your heart?
Carl was in love. Love is
with you?
No, with Aaron.
Gamer Music Aaron. That was a whole.
Gamer Music Aaron.
Oh my God!
Don't even get me started on Gamer Music Aaron.
She was awesome, love, dude.
She was on episode.
Marries a dude that looks like Carl, dude. What the fuck, dude?
We already.
There has to be a kick in the nuts.
God, how much shit do I have to edit out?
We already went.
shit.
no, we already went through. Believe me, we went through this because he knew I was going to be on, and Joel says hi, by the way.
Joel says hi. His Highness.
Hi. His Highness says hi. Yeah.
Hello, Joel.
So Joel, 100%. I talk to him like every day. Carl, not as much. Carl's not on it. Well, Carl plays. I know he plays a lot of StarCraft. He plays like Diablo and Warcraft. I don't know. He's doing his own like thing. But he also moved to Boston. So he lives in Boston now. Yeah. Which now I hate him because I'm a Yankees fan.
Yeah.
But,
okay.
We love.
By
I
default.
love Carl, but we just don't talk to him as much. And I know he's busy, but I talk to Joel like every day. So yeah, we're still pretty close. But
That's good. I mean, well, I know a lot of the times people like fall out, and we haven't talked to Bubba really in a long time.
We're not falling out with Bubba. He's been back on the show, Bubba.
But that's because
I'm gonna bring him
Bubba
back.
is a technological troglodyte, dude. He's not on
He's
fucking
an
social
old
media.
man, dude. He's like 52.
He's
Come
only
on.
a couple years older than me, dude. Come on.
He's like 52.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
I mean,
Sal, you're what, 48?
Fuck, dude. I'm 45. Just adding
I'm
age
about to be 42. I just
a
want
lady,
to fuck
a
with
lady, a lady never tells.
him. Yeah.
right. Yeah.
But that's awesome that you guys are still like.
No, that
pretty
is really
friends.
good. Yeah, I'm super glad about that.
Well, we brought up the idea of resurrecting Gameanon. But it was my idea.
Rise
and
from your grave.
Yeah, I just because we are all playing games in some capacity. We're not playing them together as much. I am playing some games with Joel, but
I think you should. I think you should do it.
Yeah, I know, but we have to have an approach. So like I'm looking at it, I don't know, because I'm looking at like, okay, if we bring this thing back, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna like? I don't want it to be what it was before.
And don't call it a comeback.
Don't call it a comeback, right? And it has to be, well, it has to be relevant and it has to be entertaining. So it's a difficult thing for me because if it's not 100% what I want it to be, or if I don't find it absolutely enjoyable and awesome, then I don't want to do it. But I don't know. So I have some ideas and like, it's just tough. Yeah. Like I'm so on board with resurrecting Gameanon, but it's like the format would be so different.
Well, our format evolved over the years, man. You can definitely change it. So now
once you hit 40 though, you got to start talking about poop.
So I want to make sure that I get my facts straight before I go any further. Who would be considered the showrunner for Gameanon?
Oh, I should just be John Munn and take all the credit.
See, well, here's the thing. I'm a little like I full disclosure, I always thought it was Joel. No one ever told me anything, but I just thought that Joel was the showrunner.
Oh, Joel, I mean, because Joel had all the equipment. Joel had all the editing.
So he was the producer.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, like we all though came together in like, shared
together right now.
Right? It's time for the Beatles to come back.
Who was your Yoko? Was it Carl?
Was it Cole?
No, it wasn't. No, it was me and Joel. It was our kids. But Joel was like we needed Joel. He was the infrastructure because he had everything. He had all of it, and to do everything and edit everything and especially putting it on YouTube and doing all that. Like, no, he was the backbone of all of that. When it came to the posters that we did, that I thought was cool that we did for a while, that was me. But then Carl did a lot of like the research and like the ideas for like new stuff. So it was kind of like this, mutual thing that we all like a good
collaboration.
Yeah, for sure.
We got that going.
The tripod.
Like Eddie's our designer. He designed all the original posters. He did all of the. I mean, I'm also I was a designer as well, but like Eddie was like I basically he's our creative director.
Yeah.
And Sal is my bottom bitch. And
you need one.
Yeah. But yeah, so that okay, so that makes sense. I wasn't far off. I felt like with the way you were talking for a minute there, I was a little worried. But so then I guess we can come to the grand finale of this episode, interviewing Gunnar Larson, Gunnar the Great. What happened to Gameanon, man? Like what I mean, like, so some of our listeners may not know what that is because it's a very, very long time ago. And I'm not trying to be a dick. I always feel like I'm a dick. I mean, I am, and I'm an ass because
you have a dick.
I did.
Well, I don't know. I can't confirm it, but
yeah, we're not. But anyways, so I feel like, and maybe this is an apology. I feel like I was an ass for quite a while when your podcast started dying and then died. And that's and even saying it that way, I'm sure it makes me sound like more of an ass because it sounds like
maybe... started dying then died. I love it. No,
but
because I know.
You're not wrong. I made it a point on all of our episodes during that time, and only the real ones know, as they say, the ones that listened to our show back then. We would end our show because our sign off was. My sign off was "Good night, you motherfucking nerds," and whatever anybody else said. But then, during that time, we'll call it the fall of Gameanon, I guess. And wow.
I'm honored.
like
the fall of the Roman Empire.
Right. So yeah. Okay. I'm hoping that it's more like that. It's more like we were honoring you, even though I was being a dick. Because at the end of every episode, I would say, "Keep on gaming," and then we would all say, "Oh,
oh, wow, okay.
Keep on gaming, oh," because you died.
Well done.
You died, and it's like, and we were mourning the death of Gameanon.
Hey, thank you.
And also being dicks because we knew you were going down at that time.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You know, crush them when they're kick them when they're down. That's fine.
Yeah, and I mean.
And look at you guys are still going, so hey.
Yeah, if we go with the get good, if we go with the get good, like we're still there. We've been going for a very long time. We haven't died. We never stopped. We did take a hiatus for a few months at some point here and there, but so what happened?
And you recruited Jenay. I mean, like, hey,
that was most recent. Yes, that was the most recent.
And Jenay used a song that I wrote on her podcast, Tank Podcast, if you remember.
I love that song.
And
do you really? Thank you.
We should do an episode entirely about Tank Podcast as well.
There you go.
I think because I believe I was on Tank Podcast.
You were.
I was a guest on that show as well. We all exchanged guests on Gameanon, of course. But yeah, so like that's one of the things that's crazy that I think our listeners that don't maybe not know, like especially if you're just coming in, is that all of us have a really long like history. And in podcasting, it's really about that community. But
right.
But yeah, so what happened to Gameanon?
I mean, to sum it up in one word, I guess it would be kids. That would be probably the best excuse I could give. I mean, there's some.
I mean, it's not. I mean, I could say it's an excuse, but like, I feel like it's a legitimate reason.
It became more difficult to kind of do those things, and like towards the end when we were recording, Joel was kind of already looking to move out of where he was, and that was kind of like our central headquarters
when he started his cult. Yes.
Yeah, the cult of Joel and Joe. Yeah.
You haven't lived till you had your balls ritually saved.
Exactly. And he let and then he wanted to get out of the state, and rightfully so. Like Illinois is not the greatest state to live in, but so he got out.
You guys were all local to each other then?
Yeah, we were always cool. Well, Carl was like pretty far. He was like because like probably, I don't know if you've been to Chicago before, but like
only the airport.
So like the train, the metro line runs from like the first stop is Elburn, where Carl lived, and then like the last is like in the city. And then so like even then, like getting to Joel was kind of not a chore, but it was a good hike to get to him. And then like kids involved, like it got a little more difficult just to get to hang out and to record episodes. And then like I wasn't playing as many games. Like I was kind of and of all the gamers, of the three of them, like Carl and even like my brother and other guys that we had on the shows, I was always not like to put me down, but I wasn't playing as many games. I didn't have the opportunity to. I had a lot of shit going on. So
well, you can put yourself down. That's fine.
Yeah, which I will.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Put yourself down. Self-deprecation is the best form of entertainment.
It is.
It'll keep you humble.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why I say humble. And that's why I know I'm the most humble guy in the world. And that's why I'm Gunnar the Great, because I'm super humble.
Yes.
So,
yes.
You know, that being said, it was just like, it was tough to juggle all that. And I think that's where it just came to a point where it's like, we just can't. And then aspirations to, you know, we wanted to get, and this is well before, you know, you had video podcasts and all this shit.
Yes.
We wanted to break into the YouTube stuff and like, and to do all that. And
I
like,
remember.
It was hard to do that back then with what the technology we had. It was not easy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Twitch wasn't as the monster that it is now. So like, it was difficult to, and again, I'm not saying like, oh, we were ahead of our time, but we wanted to do those things and we just didn't have the time or some of the capability. Yeah, I think
because
we were.
I think you did YouTube stuff. Well, we this is what's crazy about it is like, it's great because like we all kind of grew together. We started our podcast.
We were all there
when podcasting like was like, it started its golden age or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And we were doing like, and I even like it's I think I'm having a stroke. No, I'm I just don't know. I don't know what I was gonna say, but yeah, I think it's like you said when you started. It was like, I don't know if it's an excuse, but I think it's valid. I just got lucky, I guess, that everybody on Strength and Gaming does not want to have kids. So like,
yeah, it hampers you. Yeah, it definitely does.
But I mean, like, so I feel like, and this is probably a terrible thing, but if something good came out of COVID, it was that it pushed me, because I had very strict standards when we started, and that was like, remote guests are fine, but remote hosts are not applicable. That's not a thing that I will ever do. But then I realized when I was forced to make all of us remote for COVID, and it wasn't, and I don't want to get political, but it wasn't because people were, you know, like people were saying that you should do something. It was because my mom and people that I love, my friends and family, are immunocompromised, and I'm not going to make, and I have to, you know, I'm visiting these people or whatever, right. like or taking care of my mom. I'm just not gonna risk it, you know, like it's not worth it. So I realized,
and everyone was scared. Yeah, no one knew what was going on.
Yeah, exactly too. And I realized how easy it was to make things remote, and companies like Zoom, which is what we record on, which I don't think I've ever said on the show. We're not sponsored, obviously, but I pay for Zoom because they started, like, they hit it immediately. They hit the ground running, and they bulked up their shit, and they made it very powerful and a very useful platform that I feel like for podcasting, it's great. Obviously, there are many other uses, and obviously there's stuff that's better, that's more expensive. But for $15 a month, I can record these shows in just about that, you know, I think it's 1080p with you know, really high bit rate when it comes to the audio, and everything sounds great. And realizing that the main issue was just making sure that all the other hosts had the same equipment or very similar equipment, base equipment that that all of us had the same thing, because then we're consistent and we have good audio.
Right.
And it changed that. And now, you know, we have Subley. She's in fucking Tennessee, you know, and we have Jenay. She's in
that's heard from on 56K
somewhere in the middle of the state, like the United States or something.
56K. North Dakota or South Dakota?
One of the Dakotas, one of the Carolinas, I don't know. So one of those, maybe it's a Virginia, one of the east or the west, I don't know. There's those states where they're divided into we'll say the Midwest. They're called flyover states for a reason. I remember telling her that I'd visited Madison, Wisconsin twice for some other stuff and my friends and stuff, and she was like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know much going on here compared to you guys. We don't know much going on here. I mean, we have Chicago, so that's cool. But like, other than that, it's mostly corn.
Do you own a Tommy gun?
Corn's great.
Do I own a what?
A Tommy gun?
No.
Then you can't go to Chicago.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
That aside, so
I
like,
might be allowed to, though. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I think as long as you don't got a barrel mag, you're probably fine.
Our governor wants everybody to have guns all the time, so.
Oh, you can't. Yeah, Chicago's Chicago's ironic because it's like, no, super
we
liberal
live in
state.
California.
Yeah, and so, we don't like guns at all. The governor doesn't like guns at all, but yet we're killing each other with guns all the time. So
we're not. This is not a political podcast. We're not talking about that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah. So it's been awesome having you back on the show in a full guest host capacity, I might add.
Thank you.
Because I believe last time, you know, it was Cat's Quiz Corner, so there's more than just the four of us, just the four people on the show.
Yeah, there's a lot of mayhem.
But what I'm seeing here now is like there's this huge amount of content that is now coming to Strength in Gaming and maybe Gunnar the Great and
Gameanon. Oh, I know. When I say it back, it's like, oh god, why would we choose that name? But
no, Gameanon is not it's an awesome name. I like, it's great. I love it. Like our name. So Strength in Gaming, was originally Strength Cast, which was shortened to STR Cast, and nobody fucking knew what that meant or was.
Nobody fucking plays RPGs or anything.
Nobody plays RPGs. Yeah. They don't know the abbreviation for strength. Like nobody knows that.
Right.
And cast, of course, it was new. Like, no, unless you knew what a podcast. Like now, it might make more sense because everybody knows what a podcast is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If you just launch now, people would know. But yeah,
but that's why we trained. Oh my god, I'm having a stroke. I had a stroke. We changed it to Strength in Gaming because that was the name of the site, anyways, and our new branding, Strength in Gaming. But you know, I got into it because I love entertaining. I love hanging out with my friends, and I want to entertain people. And it sounds like that's something that you want to do too.
Yeah, I was just going to say that's exactly the same thing I have going on. You know, there is this like call to like host things and kind of like host something, but also, I mean, it's kind of my idea, but I also want to share it with my friends. And like, if Gameanon were to come back to some sort of capacity, it would definitely be way different than it was before. But
it's like you guys were before your time. Imagine if you had come out now, it would have been so much easier for you guys to do it with the remote hosting.
Well, and even like, because we lost a lot. That's the interesting is we lost a lot because you couldn't find our old episodes anywhere. Like it was all hosted on the website, and then we lost the domain or whatever.
That was one of the things.
It was still on Stitcher. And that was the crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And then I
think we're still on Stitcher.
So, Stitcher's gone.
Stitcher died, yeah.
So Stitcher's
we're
gone.
We're still on there, but it's gone.
So I listened to a lot of older episodes, and I was like, damn, like these wouldn't fly. Some of these would not fly.
No, I would go back
Today,
to old stuff and say the same shit. I mean,
yeah.
Not just subject matter, but just like the quality was like, wow, this is terrible.
Yeah,
so bad.
Yeah. Quality wise, it wasn't great. There was some subject material that was like would not fly, whether and like I don't know, whatever. But it's
not regulated by the FTC, so it's okay.
Yeah. So it's okay.
Which one?
FCC.
FCC.
I think it's the FCC. Yeah.
FTC is the Federal Trade Commission. We're talking about the
Yeah.
Okay.
We're just talking about airwaves. Yeah.
I like FTA.
Airwaves.
Airwaves. Yeah. FTA. Yeah.
Faster than light travel. Yes.
So like, and then I thought about it. It was like, well, even if it was like a quote unquote edgier, like I hate that it's such a dumb term or whatever. I don't want to like play on the fact that like, oh, we don't care. We say what we want. That's not what I'm saying. But like,
I mean, you can as long as you're not sponsored.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Carl was very edgy. He even had the coat.
Carl, what?
He was very edgy. He even had the coat.
Yeah, I mean, I think
he'd pop up the collar and boom, edgy. I think Carl.
He was a good voice of reason. In a lot of things, like he was kind of like the guiding, like not to say like, oh, we're gonna say shock. That was never the thing.
He was your Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah, there. Oh, wow, that's a really great fucking analogy that I never thought of. He was a Jiminy Cricket, but in that sense, he helped guide the show too. He would definitely guide, like if we got off topic or something, he'd corral it in. And then I was more corral it in. Well done. Yeah, for a second there, you sounded like Joel, and then I thought Joel was in this fucking episode.
I don't know whether to be complimented or insulted or.
Oh no, no, it's fine. It's a good thing.
Messing with you.
But yeah, he was kind of that, and then like I took a lot of the like aesthetic sort of approach to it, and then Joel was like the brains behind it, doing or not brains, but like the machine behind it. We're like putting it out, editing it. And then towards the end, we were doing like stupid edits and putting in like, before like, he's putting in like memes and fucking sound bites and shit.
I remember. I listened to every single episode, and I remember when that happened, and I was like,
he was doing some shit. Yeah, he was being goofy, and it was like, I think there's a place for it still today. I really do. Maybe Gameanon has a place, but
YouTube in shorts, it's very good in YouTube Shorts. But I feel like when someone's listening to the show, they
don't want to hear an auga.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, for sure. So I don't know. It's a weird space. I haven't been in it in a while, but like I listened to some, and like I don't know what do you guys average, like hour wise on an episode?
Well, we pushed it down to 1 in recent years, but this is obviously going past that, and for good reason. It may be a 2-parter. That's very possible. But yeah, we typically stick to about an hour. But honestly, with shorts, it doesn't really matter because you can have your 2-hour, 3-hour fucking giant bombcast bullshit, right? If you want.
Oh, giant bombcast! Yeah, they're a big inspiration.
People will watch shorts, and shorts are, I think, any max. The max used to be 30 seconds. I think now it goes up to like 3 minutes. I still like to keep it around 30 seconds to a minute tops, and just take clips from those episodes, because you can take those clips and you can link them to the episode that they came from.
Right.
And then we went slightly viral on TikTok with our some old footage that I had from one of my old cell phone cameras, playing Polybius at Howard Hallis's house, and it was an interesting adventure. But now it's like at 14,000 views on TikTok. So nice. Like shorts are like, you have to. I feel like it's a required thing now if you're doing just do short. But it's also really easy because all you have to do is just take a clip out of your show.
Yeah.
and automatically reformat it.
I think you have to do both. I think in today's age, you have to appeal to that short attention span, that TikTok sort of, the TikTok format, and then the YouTube short format. But then you also have to have the long form. If somebody wants to dive deep, they can have that. But then if they don't want to, then you can still, and then it comes down to virality and there's a whole thing. That wasn't the game 10 years ago, so it's like a weird thing.
And the attention span is like damn near non-existent. I watch my nieces do just on TikTok flip. Yeah,
TikTok,
like they don't really watch anything.
It's insane. Yeah, I mean, I have it and I feel bad for it.
I refuse to install it on my phone for a very long time, and the only reason I put it on there was because when we put Strength in Gaming on TikTok, I wanted to be able to see, what the views we were getting and stuff.
Right.
And that was the only time that I would go on there. But I mean, I could do all that.
Plus, you were reporting back to your Chinese overlords.
Yeah,
right, comrade.
Yes.
Right, Xi Jinping. He's waiting. He's waiting for his report.
But anyways, it's been freaking awesome, and it's been huge to have you back on the show.
Hey,
and
thanks for having me, guys.
So glad to have you back, and please say hi to both Joel and Carl for all of us. All of us miss them, and we would love to have them back on the show. We would love for Gameanon to come back if that's going to happen, and we would love to be on Gunnar the Great as well. Because that's what it's all about, right? We all like to on podcasts in the podcast community. We just want to do the old circle jerk.
I agree. Who doesn't love a good circle jerk?
Mm-hmm.
Right, Jenay?
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'd have to do some philosophizing.
Only because we haven't heard from her.
Philosophizing on shrooms.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes, and that too. And oh God, remind me, I gotta edit more shows.
There's plenty to talk about, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot to talk about, and it sounds like I don't know. I'm looking at the non-existent cameras that are here and here. There are no cameras. I have nothing. I'm not on a TV show, but I feel like Gunnar will be back on Strength in Gaming.
I feel like I will be. Yeah.
I feel like he's conned us into getting himself and possibly Joel and Carl back on the show.
Oh man,
that'd be neat.
I know them well, so I could hook you up with them.
It'd be like a Yeti sighting. It's like holy shit.
Yeah. I'm right here.
Yeah.
But okay. It's
a second Yeti.
Yeah. Well, all the Yetis. We'll have all the Yetis in one place at a time. But yeah, we'll be back on some of the other episodes, and it sounds like maybe if you continue playing Elden Ring, maybe you'll be on our Elden Ring episodes. I don't know, maybe it's possible.
Ooh, if my computer wants to work with me, then yeah.
But yeah.
Well, I'll start that OnlyFans account, and then I'll get money to fix my computer.
Show feet and knees.
Knees.
Oh, knees? Is that the thing?
The real money is on skirts. That show some knees. Yeah, short skirts that show some knees.
I think you said shirts on squirts.
No. That's
a whole different. That's a whole different. Yeah,
skirts. It's called a chili dog.
Well, maybe Jenay can help me with that. I don't know how to work with.
No promises.
Well,
just send some feet pics, and I'll just sell them as my own.
Similar.
And then it'll be fine.
It's called a hot Carl, and Carl might know.
Oh no! Oh no! We can't do hot Carls. Yeah, I can't go. Oh God. Oh, I haven't even heard that in like a decade. Wow. Wow.
If you get bonus points if you tear a hole through the saran.
Oh Jesus Christ. I feel like feet pics are safer. That's fucking weird.
We've all been banned from every platform.
Oh God.
Good night, you motherfucking nerds.
Thank you so much to all the nerds that listened. You can find us at strengthingaming.com or email us at info@strcast.com.